Hey everybody, this is Bill Reichart with William David Creative and OKport.com, and I'm going to do another really quick tip for you. And I don't know how common this is. Maybe this is not as special as I think it is, but for me it's something that I use literally like all the time that I'm doing this kind of editing. So let's just jump into it. Basically, this is a shot of Lindsay Annette that is unedited. Normally I would go through the editing process beforehand, but I'm not going to do that. And a lot of times I like to add just real subtle kind of lighting effects and manually. And I'm going to do that here really quickly. I'm just going to add a little bit of lighting coming from the top, just to imply that some of the lights may be bouncing back towards the camera. So I'm just going to put in a rectangle shape and fill it like with a, choose like a purpley color. It's kind of pink. Let's go purple. And we'll put it on screen mode, bump back the opacity, and then I'm going to add a layer mask to this. This is not the trick or the tip. If you don't know what layer masks are in Photoshop, you should. They're one of the most invaluable tools that I've run across, at least. So I'm going to add a layer mask, and on layer masks, anything that is painted black on the mask hides that part of the layer. Anything that's white shows that part of the layer. So I'm just going to use the gradation tool and just kind of bump that out like that. So now there's kind of like a just a little bit of glowy light coming from the top. And so what I typically do, because if you really get in here, you can see there's some banding, and a lot of times these things, I'm going to bump it up a little bit just so we can see it. A lot of these things look really digital when they come through, and I want to warm it up a little bit. So what you can do is you can add noise to the mask, and this is also not the tip because this is pretty easy to figure out. So I usually will add like 2 or 3% noise to a mask just to warm it up a little bit. So now I've done that, and we can go in and look, and we can see it's pretty noisy. In fact, we can look at the mask, and so we've added some noise. Now this is adding noise to the black and to the white. And in this particular case, I wanted to add noise to just to the white part. So the way that I do that, and this is the tip, the way that I do that is that I go in and I do fade add noise, and I can tell it to darken. You have to think about this a little bit. Noise is adding noise to, it's darkening the white and it's lightening the black when you add noise. I want it to only darken the white, so that's why we're switching it to darken mode. So then it will no longer lighten the black. So if we look at the mask again and go into the black is just black. There's no noise in it anymore. And as we move to the white, you can see there's still noise in the white of the mask. So that's how you can add noise to just the white part of the mask. As you add noise to the whole thing, do fade add noise and tell it to darken only. And the reverse is true. If you want it to only lighten the dark part of the mask, you set it to lighten mode. And let's do another one. No stroke fill. Let's make this one blue. So I'm just going to go through kind of the same process that we just did, and then I'm gonna really bump up the noise this time just so you can really see. So we're gonna add, like, I would never do this, but just for demonstration purposes, we're going to add that much noise. So now you can very easily see that the noise is all over the whole thing. And now we're going to do fade add noise, and I'm going to tell it to darken only. So now the noise is only darkening the light part. If I'm just did an undo, if I wanted to do the reverse, I'd put it on lighten mode. And now there's no noise over here in the white part of the mask, and all the noise is in the dark part of the mask. Multiply isn't. Multiply is a little bit like darken, but I just use darken. And so that's the tip. You can do it for a lot of different ways of using layer masks. It'll help soften them up, and you can control where the noise goes and where it doesn't, and the white or the black. And thanks for watching. That's it, and we'll see you all again soon.